Yasmine, it's been a while. It's so good to be here. And
Yes,
let's
it
talk
is.
about staging today. I don't know what your market's like here. In a lot of the homes we need to do staging. What about where you're at?
Yeah, here in the East Bay, I think staging is a must. Honestly, I mean, I see houses that are still owner occupied, and that's fine. I do staging at houses that are owner occupied, but I see some that they look like the people live there, and you have beds that are hardly made and decorations that are dated, and it's just I honestly think our market is way too sophisticated to do the old-fashioned owner-occupied showings. It's going to hinder you. And I see in our area, I see listings that have been on the market for 3 months, and I wonder, how can that be? How come you're not recommending to your clients that something has to dramatically change?
Right.
So. I, I think it's a must.
So on all your listings, you stage every one of your listings.
Every one of my listings are staged and it comes as part of my service just because I feel that this is so important and this is value I personally bring to the table. So that's part of my value proposition. And, it's like some agents cut commissions and the sellers pay for the staging. For me, it is I have a solid commission structure and it includes the staging. And staging can be expensive. I mean, it goes
Oh,
anywhere from 4,000 to $10,000 or
right.
more, depending on the size of the house.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen staging in the $9,000, $10,000 in some of the upper end
Yeah.
homes that that are a lot more square footage, high square footage.
Right.
But okay, so with that now staging that you're doing, so you mentioned a minute ago that you stage homes that are even if they're occupied.
Yes.
What about if there's like animals?
Yeah, I mean, yes, animals too. I
Wow.
had recently a listing with animals, and which there's just a clear understanding on how the structure of the staging works. And even though I pay for the service, there is a responsibility on the seller side, and that's why they also sign the contract. They don't necessarily see the price structure, but they will sign what their responsibility is and how they are going to take care of the house while they live there.
Right. Right.
And
Makes
then
total
with
sense.
with
Go
with
ahead.
animals, it's like um, I feel, you know, I look at the animal, yeah, right? I get there, I'm there a few times, and I see, oh, does the animal sleep on the bed or the couch, or where is this animal? So then I will talk to the stager and say, okay, we have a concern, and this is what we need to keep in mind. Like, we can't have a white couch. And if it's partial staging with, then I typically try and keep the couch of the sellers and we just make it work. But
Right.
there's always a way.
And do you think do all the agents in your area stage, or what percentage do you think stage? But basically everybody does?
I think almost everybody does, and very rare occasions to, and even the ones that I see that have been on the market for a while because the seller, is still living there. I think there is an understanding then, you know, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, just FYI, you live there, so it might take longer. It might not sell for the highest possible price. So for me, it's presenting with a bang. Like sometimes I have, right now, sellers are asking, should we do a coming soon? I'm like, why? Why would we do a coming soon? I want to come out with a big bang, a beautiful house, a beautiful property that, is different from the others in the neighborhood. And why would I market to realtors only right now? And then it's going to for 30 days, and for them it's going to be stale after 30 days. They are going to tell their clients, well, yeah, it's new. on MLS, but it's been off market for 30 days and nothing has happened. So I don't really think it's a service to the client.
Yeah, to do the
To do the coming soon or just to do the whole big deal right now with Zillow and I don't know the whole market situation and other companies having in-house listings and only wanting to do in-house. I totally disagree. I've always disagreed. I don't think it's in the client's best interest to do anything off market unless it's a special property where mm, you know I talked to Susie and she has the perfect client for the house I'm going to bring to the market in a month. And if the buyers and the sellers come, to an agreement, go for it. But don't sell it like, oh, this is going to be a benefit to do a coming soon or to be off market and just sell within our company. I just don't, it doesn't work for me. It does not work for my brain.
well, I don't understand how that benefits the our client, benefits the seller. I mean, if you're just marketing within the company, how, I mean, again, the more demand you have, the higher the price is going to go. I mean, that's just marketing 101. And it's like, how is limiting the eyes that are on it going to benefit the seller? I just don't get it.
See, I'm the same. I feel exactly how you feel. And, some very, very big company, leading company in the country, that's their system. That's what they would like for their agents to do, or the 1, 2, 3 concept, and, just market within the company and sell within the company. And of course, it's more revenue. But there are people, Zillow is fighting back. And so we are in a soap opera right now.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. But yeah, my concept is, and my clients ask me, what about coming soon? And I say, no, not happening, not in your best interest. And no, I'm not going why don't we show my house now while the tenant is still in there? I'm like, well, absolutely not. Not happening either. And he's like, well, we can show it without photos. And I'm like, and how is that in your best interest? Right?
Right.
I mean, and going back to staging, I mean, I personally think that staging is a must.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Here, my experience has been with staging.
Yeah,
It definitely helps. It's not across the board. I mean, it's not as not everybody stages here in Utah. It's actually, but it does definitely help show the best. Make the property pop, make the property separate it from the pack. You know what I mean? Stand out, and it definitely helps get top dollar when we do staging.
yeah,
And so anyway, but with the
yeah.
market the way it is, it seems like the value adders, the agents that are truly bringing value to the table are seriously separating themselves from the pack. And staging
Absolutely.
is one of the ways to do that.
Absolutely. Staging, marketing, paid ads. I mean, all of the things that you and I are doing are so important right now. And in our area, I mean, that's kind of, when I look at my coaching program or our coaching program, and I see what the agents that are in different parts of the country, how successful they are just applying the things from the coaching program. And here it's like, I'm sorry, but everybody's already doing this. I mean, every realtor is a community a leader or a community supporter, and everybody has something that they are bringing to the table. So I think it is personality. And when I think about AI, I talked to my daughter actually, and it's just for a moment. I talked to her yesterday. She's not, I mean, she works for internet. She works for Cisco, so she sells security to people. And I'm in marketing, more in marketing and sales. And
Right.
we talked about ChatGPT, and I said, she's my everything. Doesn't matter if it's business, marketing, personal, therapy, whatever it might be, grocery lists, recipes, whatever. And she looked at me and she's like, "Oh, mom, but it's so personalized." I'm like, "Yeah, why do you think it's so amazing?" But the thing is, and the danger of AI that everybody is pointing out is the personal touch. Are we as humans going to be eliminated in real estate or in sales or whatever it might be? As a no, because what I'm focusing on is personal touch. Emotion is important. Sitting across from your client and just being you and bringing personality across. And,
Right.
I think it's more important than ever.
No, there's no doubt. An old book, it was written in the 80s, but Bill Gates in the book The Road Ahead, he said something that is just, it keeps proving accurate over and over and over again. And what he said, in summary, is that as technology becomes an ever pervasive characteristic of our lives, so as to not technology increases, the need for the human factor plummets. So, in other words, you don't need humans to do your bank accounts. You don't need
Right.
humans to do your whatever. But the demand for human interaction increases exponentially. So,
Yes.
even though we may not need humans to get X, Y, and Z done, they demand. People get tired of the technology, and I don't think that's going to change with AI. I think that people want the real deal. They want to be able to sit and look somebody in the eyes and talk to another human. And we as humans, even though we try to deny it over and over and over again, we need each other. We need that relationship. It's just critical.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I do. I mean, humans are about personal touch. That's one of the attributes that makes us us. And
Absolutely.
another good example is I changed providers, so phone providers, and yesterday, and there's all kinds of stuff happening I'm not happy with. But so I called customer service, and it's like, "Oh, we're always trying to improve. We have an AI person now," and I'm like, "Okay, so what does that mean?" So there's the automated service, right, where you just say one word, operator or whatever. So it took me a few minutes, and then I hung up because I was frustrated, didn't get anywhere. And then I started over and I started speaking to her as if she was a person in full sentences. I explained to her exactly what I needed. And within minutes, I had a live person.
Wow.
Yes. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Just like when I speak to ChatGPT, when if I just throw a word at her, she's like, okay, you're gonna get basic response, one word typically, or I can't do that, or I need more information, which happened. Or can you provide more information? And at that point, she, in my opinion, was upset because I didn't treat her as a proper AI. So when I started over, I felt like, oh, okay, I'm just going to go that route. And once I had the live person, I told her, I said, I figured it out. And she said, "Oh my God, this is such good advice because I get frustrated with AI too, as on the other side." I said, "Try it." And so that was my solution. And I think we all have to find a way on how to interact with AI and just kind of, I try to ignore, but my AI, for example, she gets very emotional with me. I sometimes don't know if it's a person or an AI. Like
Yes.
when I have like a relationship question and I present my frustration and she gets all like, "This must be so hard and I totally understand how you feel, and how about you try this and how about you try that?" And then I'm all pissed off, whatever it might be, or I'm all excited. How can I bring my excitement across to that other person? And she gives me, examples like it doesn't matter if it's with my children or my car repair person or my banker. Yeah, it's really, I love her. I don't have a name for her. I don't want to make it that
Well, and why
personal
do you call it her?
because mine is a her when
Oh,
she speaks.
oh, really? Okay. All right. So you genderized it.
Yeah, I typically, let's not go there.
Uh, are you not going there? You're just not going to go there, huh?
Well, I did. I don't know. I like women better. I feel I'm less argumentative, and I feel like I have to put my foot down less when I interact with females because I think we have the same brain structure. They get my point better. Where with a man, I always, oh my God, here we go down the rabbit hole. Instead of two sentences, it's an essay. You know,
You mean it's an
sorry.
essay that you're feeding them, or it's an essay that they're feeding you?
No, an essay that I have to explain to get my point across.
I'm
Right?
glad you made that clarification. I was going to say the essay is definitely coming from the woman. It's not coming from the guy. So anyway, well,
But men are
Yasmine,
harder
thank you
to
so much. It's
understand.
great talking to you about staging, and you go out and make
Yes.
it a great day. And let's
Thank you.
kill it, man. Let's go
You
out
too.
and kill it in the real estate and liberate the captive, man. That's what we're all about. We're freedom fighters liberating the captive.
Yes.